Welcome back to Game Wolf Plays. Commander Keen 2. Earth explodes. But will it explode ill? Will Will Smith at the Oscars again? I don't know. Look, man. All I hear about is the things that happen so strongly in the public's mind that's like, great, now I know. By the time I know something of that nature, it's old hat. But they can't stop. They have to talk about it again. It's like, thanks, I already heard. Speaking of what I already heard, did you hear that... Wait. I don't know, but maybe there should be more Commander Keen stuff. What do I think you heard? Oh, right, I was thinking of the Square Enix stuff, that's right. But that doesn't matter, this isn't a JRPG channel, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, depending on your viewpoint. Today, we're definitely going to solve this game once and for all times. I was thinking to myself, why does it feel like I'm starting over? Not starting over that way. I mean, you know, when I started this channel, I thought it was going to be like, okay, I'll just do video footage. What I didn't realize is the amount of time that goes into it. Or more importantly, how much time I actually need to do very small pieces. I gotta say, kind of hard to drop on the hat. You know, I like to keep going with my stuff. And keep going we shall. Once we get through all the content I've pretty much done before. You know, not counting, like, the mods I've already technically done. Because I don't think you saw me have Scourge of Armor on my channel before. Though I already played it for myself. You know, just as an FYI. But, no, it's just... I want to keep this content here, so I don't ever have to do it again. Even though I want to do it again, sometimes I do that with stuff. But there's so much to explore, so much to do, so much to see! It's one of those 4 key things. Bet you didn't even notice how weird that last level was, did you? Did you now? Also, I remember what that last city was. It was Rome. If you want to know what it takes to get up there, well, here's a tip. The soda's not going to stop you from getting up there. It's only going to stop Red 7 up dude. The cool spot. That's him. What? I'm sorry I don't know these things' names. But yes, 2 4-key levels. Much like the first game had 1 4-key level. I wonder if the third one has 3 4-key levels. Spoiler alert. Probably not. I don't know. Or maybe it does. This is also the only level which feels like it should have a light switch, but doesn't need one. I can see everything perfectly fine, now that the pain is gone. I can see all the things that I shouldn't need to see again. And yet I do. I don't know. I wonder if there's a turning point. What happens when Gaming Wolf hits the midlife crisis? What happens then? Does he become a game show host? Does he wax lyrical? Does he become a different kind of artist? No, just doing the same things. 2 yellow Vorticon shirts that want to guard the... Isn't this supposed to be the armory level? I don't... It doesn't feel like an armory level. What kind of level is this? I wonder... Like, this is probably one of the more unusual levels, along with that, like, one with the weird teal background. It doesn't fit! It doesn't add up! But what it does add to is a bunch of good times. 1 good time, 2 good time, 3 good time, 4 good time. That's a lot of good times. Good times are upon us in the mathematical order of operations. Yes, I do love how they're shooting each other. But, you know, the Vorticons killing their own families. I don't know if that's kosher. Then again, find it... It is kind of odd how in some cultures that there's things you don't eat just based on your beliefs. And that's so unlike someone who's, like, purely vegan. Or is just like, you know, probably shouldn't eat any animals. But we're talking about people who don't, like, specifically eat certain animals for reasons that have nothing to do with their health. That is peculiar! I don't really know why. I mean, kind of, but I mean, it doesn't actually make sense. So while there is a reason, not all reasons are rational reasons, okay? And sometimes there isn't even a reason, it just reasons. It is reasons peasons. Please don't stun me, please don't stun me. Actually, when he forces me to sit down, I feel like he's taking off his sneakers, and it's just like, oh man, that kid took me on a trip. And he's even younger than I... Actually, wait. Alright, so everyone get together. Get all your video games that have various planets, and decide where they go in the universe. Determine their orbits, revolutions, and such. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how old these babies are based on their relative position to their local sun. Don't know! Local sun. Black hole sun. Black Coulson. I knew it. That's the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character, if they bring that back. Black Coulson. I will make a note of it in my never going to think about again log. That's right, I say it once, it's gone forever, baby! I don't know. If I want to keep him on screen, because if he's off screen, I don't know if he's actually coming towards me. Is that so? Yes, I heard it on the news this morning. God bless you, Yahoo Answers, and your ability to not answer things. Same goes to you, Quora. I hope no one's actually using Quora for advice. Although it did remind me of another website, which I think is still in activity. I forget what it's called, but you basically spend time answering people's questions while then also asking your own. So it's like a question trade, right? It's pretty good, actually. And you can only make questions based on how many you've answered. I don't know if it's 1 for 1 or something like that. But the purpose of it is to encourage you to answer more questions before you get to ask your own. Although it'd have to be 1 to 1, because at a certain point, you know, the demand would not meet up with the supply. I don't know. The economics of the questionnaires theory. Turning off the lights immediately. This is the level in which you'll need to turn back the lights on. And back your headlights. Right back into the dead end. That is life. Leaf it. It's that one-way platform thing. I guess I'm not sure I mentioned it, but it's a one-way platform thing. And it is a weird thing, because you're going one way, and you can't go back the other way. What that means when I'm falling is, am I getting, like, distorted? Like, what's happening to my body as I'm going through that doesn't allow me to go back up? That's so weird, man. You'd think it'd be some kind of Chinese finger trap logic or something. They're all free for the pickings, these ninjas. These ninja-esque turtles. I guess the 5th one is Kirby! But no, Jack Kirby, cool guy. Cooler guy ever. And then cool. Freezest guy. Coldest guy. Not coldest guy. The coldest guy is whoever was identified as the Iceman. That was the coldest guy. Whatever happened to that guy? Did he stay frozen, or did someone melt him? These are the days of our times. This is probably the acid pit that Commander Keen fell into, according to Crystal Caves Episode 2. Which means the streams are crossing DOS Cinematic Universe. I can see it now. Could you imagine, though? Wait a minute, aren't they... Are they still trying to do that Duke Nukem movie, by the way? I mean, I saw that Sonic movie the other day. You know what? It's fine. I can't tell you if it's perfect, but it's absolutely watchable. I don't mean to say that that's average, because it's not. I think it might be a little above average. Is it the best thing in the world? I can't say. I can say I liked it. If anything, I didn't really boil it down to the conference. It was just like, you know, oh no, a movie based on a video game. Oh dear. It's just because of how the concept translates, where you take interactivity and turn it into less interactivity. Although specifically, it's weirder in two respects. One, when you apply it to a much older game. So we're talking like 40 years ago now to make a movie on Sonic the Hedgehog, right? That isn't like that one anime thing. OVA, what have you. I kind of like that, by the way. But it's definitely not as good as this movie. And then you have... I didn't see the second Sonic movie. I don't go out to theaters. And then, the other kind of movie is the one where you have a video game that already looks really good. I'm basically talking about Uncharted, because that game not only had the graphics to be considered a movie, but it plays kind of like you were already watching a movie. So making a movie based on what I think is already a movie is like making a Metal Gear Solid movie based on all the cutscenes that were already a movie. Unnecessary, I feel. And then what does that mean for people who make videos of video games? Are those the movies of the games? Like, what do you do with that knowledge? I don't know. Looks like I missed a spot. We can assume I just killed Kirby first, because he's the strongest, and that's why no one will ever hear of him again. There goes Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo is last, but not least. He might be least in terms of personality. Dear Leonardo, where's your personality? Signed, Game Wolf. I prefer people with personality, turtle or otherwise. Then we go down the way. Yellow shirt, Vorticonos. Then we go to stay in the dark. Are you afraid of the dark? Nope. Have you tried saluting your shorts? Nope. What about those two Pete and Pete characters? Wait a minute. Hey. Do your parents know that you're going through doors without key cards? You're under arrest. Time to get that Zap Tap. Yes, the floor has been infused with the Zap Tap badge. Oh, there was one more guy hanging up there. Well, luckily he can't jump. Goodbye. Looks like I'm going to have to jump. This is Moscow. Moscow, Moscow. Okay, I saved all of Tetris. Speaking of, what was that? This is one guy I follow on Twitter specifically because I liked his Tetris video so much. Cool guy, rather normal guy. He's okay. But the video was so good, I almost thought it was like a PBS special. Like on Power of Nova. I'm like, holy crap. That's actually a good, like, you know, it's well researched, good quality, you know? I need more stuff like that. Like, it's hard to get informative videos that are not just, like, people reading stuff off a script, which is fine, but then I would be better off just reading it. But he does it in such a way where it's just more than that. It's more than just reading off a script. It's, like, interacting with people, you know, speculating with others about things that went down, and putting it in such a way together that just, masterpiece. Man, this level's a bitch. You have to... Is this the last one? Right? I'm saving DC, am I right? Anyway, you start off with these guys at the very beginning. Thank God I have the light switch. But somehow I made this level harder for me than I needed it to be. Oops. I don't know if this is the DC level, by the way. Anyway, whatever. Point is, level is hard. Would recommend actually doing something I didn't do, which was I didn't open the blue door or get the blue key. If you do that, it's going to make this a little easier. Just a little bit, though. Not too much easier, but you should probably try to do that. It's just that the blue key is guarded by Pink Michelin Robot. And, you know, that's why I didn't think to go up there, because I tend to believe that is just not someone worth going through. Moving platforms, darkness, we put it all together. and one haberdashery flabbergastery. Milk toast. Now, if you... I don't know why we have a second light switch. That is peculiar, actually. I guess if you somehow made it through that first part, but that still doesn't answer why you need to turn off the lights at that particular point. I guess if you want to turn the lights back on, but then I have to worry about those guys jumping up. So if I killed them, then yeah, maybe I should have turned the light back on. That might have been alright. Just you know, hindsight. With my pork rinds that I don't eat. I heard pork rinds make you sleepwalk. Then again, I don't really eat pork rinds. I think I tried them a few times in my life, but they are the epitome, the epitome of salt. Like, I like salt, but that's amazingly salty. I just need a little salt, and then I'm satisfied. I don't need so much salt that I forget what salt tastes like. Does that ever happen to you? You have something that tastes so good that you just forget how it tastes? Because it's just like your expectations are higher than the actual flavor? I don't know if that's a thing that happens to people, but I think it happened to me. That's how I was able to get off, well, not all candies. I still try the occasional candy when it's something I've never had, just to be like, yes, I've tried this. But I don't gobble that much candy anymore. Because, you know, you think it tastes good, and it's like, yeah, sure, but... Although a lot of it has to do with it being milk-related. And it's like, yeah, we're going to shove the... Yeah. Something about America is we like to shove corn and milk and sugar into everything that doesn't need it. Also, we slap gluten-free into everything that has nothing to do with bread. That's always hilarious. Speaking of gluten-free, I was just thinking about the food pyramid, how we're all wrong about the carbs, and that might explain why people are having problems with the glutens. Because they were just having too much bread this whole time. And maybe they just needed some bread, but not all the bread. You know? I don't know. I never thought of wheat as dangerous. You wheatly think so? I'm not a moron for making this joke. Wheatly. Okay, we are saving DC. Well, shit buggers. What am I waiting on? Oh, I'm waiting for the moving platform. Wait. No, I wasn't. What was I waiting on? I think I was... I know what I was doing. I was actually consulting a map that time. This level's a little too silly. Because the risk of death is incredibly high, and I needed to make sure I was not taking a leap of faith. And that was just stupid what I just did there. Don't do that. This was the run. This could be. Could go all the... That was not the run. This could be the run. The run to end all runs. The Super Mario 3 Commander King totally original game trademark. Registered copyright. Some guys in the garage working on their IBMs. Commander King. Yeah, I missed the whole aspect of people just making games in their garage or something. It's just like, alright guys, let's just get together and work on something. It's like, okay, everyone to the basement. Cool. Remember, elevator can't break down, it can only become stairs. Yeah. Let's go down, little Ninja Turtle man. You know, I don't think Ninja Turtles use guns. Unless it's those comics where they go into the future or something. But generally, I do not think Ninja Turtles are a gun-wielding species. It's like, you haven't really made it as a species until you have fucking shooting things out the hole with the bullets. But these aren't bullets, these are ray guns. Okay, different. Huh. How do you think gun laws work out in space? Or, better yet, you know how we have, like, international law or whatever when you're on sea and you're just outside the country? What's going to happen when people start colonizing space? How's the laws going to go down? What is the impact on our society as a whole? Where we just have, like, Earth accents versus, like, moon accents, for instance? And what would a moon accent sound like? You know? We won't know for a few thousand years, I suspect. And really, this is only going to go down when we figure out how to travel at warp speed. Warp speed! You know. That comes with other problems, like even if you could make a vehicle that moves that fast, how do you ride in a vehicle that moves that fast without destroying yourself? That's too many G's, man. You need something. So I believe it may be possible to make a ship that can travel very fast in space. I have a hard time believing anyone can survive it at this point. We're likely to make the ship work and then just figure out the human reliability later. I don't know. It's like, robots can do it. Send the robots to go into space and bring back materials. Alright, well, there's my prediction. We won't be colonizing space. It'll just be a robot race to gather minerals from space until we can figure it out. It's a good science fiction story. Maybe I should write something. There's me pondering about the blue key. This is why I keep the lights off, so they just are forced into their little cage. I think there's one more. Yeah, there's one more. Go into your cage! Get into your hole. Join your friends and shoot nothing in particular. Especially nothing. I'm gonna save the White House at night. There we go. Yeah. And you can still get more points if you feel like that's not enough. It's not like you're gonna die now. Let's get some anyway. Hell yeah. 2 doors. What do you say to that? After disabling the weaponry of the Vorticon mothership, Billy heads for Earth. Even great space heroes need a nap. After defeating a vicious horde of violence-bent aliens. You know, bent on violence because of the mind belts. Anyway, going back to Earth. Again. Look at that. The ice caps are still intact. That's a hindsight joke. The Vorticon ship limps back toward Vorticon 6 to tell of their defeat at the hands of Commander Keen. The Grand Intellect will not be pleased. I think he's the big head. Hello, I am the big head. Yes. I live at the 3rd rock from the sun. Wake up, Billy. It snowed last night. There's no school. Wonderful, Mother. That will give me time to rid the galaxy of the Vorticon menace and discover the secret of the mysterious Grand Intellect. Granddad Intellect. Ha ha! Okay, hon, but you'd better have a nourishing vitamin-fortified bowl of sugar stoopies first. Okay, Mom. To be continued. Also, we named the Yorp Spot because we're totally original. So the 3rd episode, we'll just go to Vorticon 6 and stop them at the source. Stop them at the source. How do you even get there? This grand intellectual, I don't know. That we do. They invade. How more invasions can we withstand? Why is there always invasions when we do these outer space games? I don't know. All I know is I'll see you around, and we'll probably get episode 3 done some point. That one's a hardy one. I remember it being tough. But I think I could do it again. I'll see you guys soon.